The minimum clearance required for 13,800 volt switchgear is 5 feet, which is equivalent to 1.524 meters. This requirement is specified in the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 110.34, and also in the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Standard for Electrical Power Distribution Equipment and Systems, designated as Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers C37.23. The 5-foot clearance is crucial for ensuring safe access for qualified electrical workers to operate and perform maintenance on the switchgear. This clearance provides adequate working space, reducing the risk of accidental contact with energized parts. Furthermore, the specified clearance allows for the safe dissipation of any electrical arcs that might occur during operation or fault conditions. Electrical arcs can generate intense heat and pressure, posing a significant hazard to personnel and equipment. Having sufficient clearance minimizes the potential for arc flash incidents to cause injury or damage. In the scenario described, where there is a sheetrock wall opposite the 13,800 volt switchgear, that wall must be positioned at a minimum distance of 5 feet away from the nearest point of the switchgear enclosure. This ensures compliance with safety standards and provides a safe working environment. It is imperative to adhere to these clearance requirements to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the reliable operation of the switchgear. Failing to maintain the proper clearance could result in serious injury or even death, as well as equipment damage and operational disruptions. When installing or working around high voltage equipment like the 13,800 volt switchgear, always consult the relevant sections of the National Electrical Code and the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Standards. These documents provide detailed guidelines and specifications for safe installation, operation, and maintenance practices. It's important to understand that these codes and standards are not merely suggestions, but rather legally enforceable requirements in many jurisdictions. Compliance with these standards is essential for protecting the safety of workers and the public, as well as ensuring the integrity and reliability of the electrical system. Regularly inspect the area around the switchgear to ensure that the required clearance is maintained. Do not allow obstructions such as storage boxes or equipment to encroach upon the 5-foot clearance zone. If any obstructions are present, remove them immediately to restore the proper clearance. It's also a good practice to clearly mark the clearance zone around the switchgear with warning signs or floor markings. This will help to remind workers of the importance of maintaining the required clearance and prevent accidental intrusions into the hazardous area. In addition to the minimum clearance requirements, consider other safety factors when working around high voltage switchgear. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as safety glasses, insulated gloves, and arc-rated clothing. Before performing any maintenance or repair work on the switchgear, to energize the equipment and verify that it is properly locked out and tied out to prevent accidental re-energization. Only qualified electrical workers who have received proper training should be allowed to work on or near high voltage switchgear. These workers should be thoroughly familiar with the safety procedures and hazards associated with high voltage equipment. Regular safety training and refresher courses are essential for ensuring that workers remain competent and aware of the latest safety practices. It is also important to have a written safety program in place that outlines the procedures for working safely around high voltage equipment. This program should be regularly reviewed and updated to reflect changes in technology or safety regulations. Furthermore, conduct regular safety audits and inspections to identify potential hazards and ensure that safety procedures are being followed. Take prompt corrective action to address any deficiencies that are identified. By taking these precautions, one can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and ensure a safe working environment around high voltage switchgear. Remember, safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity. The 5-foot clearance is not just a number, it represents a critical safety margin that protects lives and property. So, always adhere to the clearance requirements and follow safe work practices to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safe and reliable operation of the electrical system. Let's delve deeper into why this 5-foot clearance is so vital. Firstly, it provides adequate space for a worker to maneuver and perform tasks without accidentally contacting energized parts. Imagine trying to tighten a bolt or inspect a connection in a cramped space with high voltage conductors nearby. The risk of accidental contact would be significantly increased. The clearance allows workers to maintain a safe distance from energized components, reducing the likelihood of electrical shock or arc flash. Secondly, the 5-foot clearance allows for the safe use of tools and equipment. Electrical workers often need to use tools such as voltage testers, insulated screwdrivers, and other specialized equipment when working on switchgear. The clearance provides enough space to use these tools safely without them accidentally contacting energized parts or other equipment. Thirdly, the clearance facilitates proper ventilation and cooling of the switchgear. Switchgear generates heat during operation, and adequate ventilation is essential to prevent overheating. The clearance allows for air to circulate freely around the switchgear, dissipating heat and maintaining a safe operating temperature. Overheating can lead to equipment failure and potentially dangerous situations. Fourthly, the clearance provides a buffer zone in case of an electrical fault or arc flash. An arc flash is a sudden release of electrical energy that can generate intense heat, pressure, and light. The clearance provides a space for the arc flash to dissipate its energy without directly impacting workers or nearby equipment. Arc flash incidents can cause severe burns, blindness, and other serious injuries. The clearance helps to mitigate the severity of these incidents. Fifthly, the clearance allows for easy access for inspection and maintenance. Regular inspection and maintenance are essential for ensuring the reliable operation of switchgear. The clearance provides easy access to all parts of the switchgear, allowing workers to perform inspections, repairs, and other maintenance tasks efficiently and safely. Sixthly, the 5-foot clearance is a standardized requirement that is recognized and enforced by regulatory agencies. This standardization ensures that all installations meet a minimum level of safety and reduces the risk of confusion or misinterpretation. Adhering to the standardized clearance requirement simplifies the design, installation, and maintenance of electrical systems. Seventhly, the clearance promotes a safer working environment by reducing the risk of clutter and obstructions. By maintaining a clear zone around the switchgear, it is less likely that workers will trip or fall, or that equipment will be damaged by accidental contact. A clear and organized workspace is essential for preventing accidents and promoting efficiency. Eighthly, the clearance facilitates emergency response in case of an electrical incident. In the event of an electrical fire or other emergency, firefighters and other emergency responders need to have easy access to the switchgear to shut off power and control the situation. The clearance allows them to reach the switchgear quickly and safely. Ninthly, the 5-foot clearance is a proven safety measure that has been developed and refined over many years of experience. Electrical engineers and safety experts have carefully considered the risks associated with high-voltage equipment and have established the clearance requirements based on scientific data and practical experience. Tenthly, the clearance is not just a recommendation, it is a requirement that must be followed to comply with applicable codes and standards. Failure to adhere to the clearance requirements can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. Compliance with safety regulations is essential for protecting workers, the public, and the environment. Now, let's consider some specific examples of how the 5-foot clearance applies in real-world situations. In a substation, where multiple switchgear units are installed side by side, the 5-foot clearance must be maintained between each unit and any adjacent walls or equipment. This ensures that workers can safely access and maintain each unit without being exposed to hazards from other units. In an industrial plant, where switchgear is often located in confined spaces, careful planning is required to ensure that the 5-foot clearance is maintained. It may be necessary to reconfigure the layout of equipment or relocate the switchgear to comply with the clearance requirements. In a commercial building, where switchgear is often located in electrical rooms, the 5-foot clearance must be maintained between the switchgear and any doors, windows, or other openings. This prevents unauthorized access to the switchgear and reduces the risk of accidental contact with energized parts. In a residential building, where switchgear may be used to supply power to multiple units, the 5-foot clearance must be maintained between the switchgear and any living spaces or common areas. This protects residents from electrical hazards and ensures that they can safely access and use their electrical systems. In all of these situations, it is essential to consult with a qualified electrical engineer to ensure that the clearance requirements are properly implemented. An electrical engineer can assess the specific conditions of the installation and provide guidance on how to comply with the applicable codes and standards. Remember, the 5-foot clearance is not a one-size-fits-all solution. In some cases, additional clearance may be required depending on the specific characteristics of the switchgear and the surrounding environment. For example, if the switchgear is located in a damp or corrosive environment, additional clearance may be needed to prevent corrosion and ensure the integrity of the equipment. If the switchgear is located in an area with high pedestrian traffic, additional clearance may be needed to protect workers from accidental contact with the equipment. The key is to carefully assess the risks and implement appropriate safety measures to protect workers and the public. Always consult with a qualified electrical engineer to determine the appropriate clearance requirements for a specific installation. And never compromise on safety. The 5-foot clearance is a critical safety measure that should be strictly adhered to in all situations. By following safe work practices and maintaining the required clearance, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and ensure a safe and reliable electrical system.